I'm Victor Allen and welcome to TAMAPTA. Today you will see some of the events that took place during Alcohol Awareness Week, produced by Susan Pepper. Over the years, alcohol and drugs have caused a lot of unemployment. Breakup in families, poor school attendance, spousal assault, and tragic deaths in northern families. Times are slowly changing. People are looking for treatment to help cope with alcohol and drug abuse. People are taking action in trying to keep their communities dry. Sending people to rehabilitation centers and becoming aware of the excessive use of alcohol and drugs. Alcohol and Drug Awareness Week was held on November the 23rd to the 29th, 1986 in the Northwest Territories. This year's theme was Keep the Circle Strong, meaning if you care to strengthen you and your family, alcohol and other drugs should play a very minor role. Throughout the week in Inuvik, special activities were planned. It began with cribbage and crazy game tournament. A total of 14 players battled for their prize in the crib game. Marcy Tingmiak of Inuvik came in first and Willie Clark taking second. A lot of excitement arose when the crazy game started. The object of the game is to be fast and alert. Winnie Tingmiak proved to be just that when she took first prize and her sister Trudy taking second.
I gave up, I think I just quit. That pretty should have come.
Where's our boss, Ronnie?
You give me last one thing.
When? Blue, right? Now it's going to be two times you lose.
Two times you lose, you're out.
Did we finish long?
Convent.
Yeah.
Last one?
The last one. After you never told us this was here.
Why? Never did gone for it.
Okay.
Just explain.
Okay, Winifred, as first prize for the Crazy Game tournament is a $25 gift certificate from the Bay. Congratulations. Trudy, is second place for the crib tournament is a $20 gift certificate from you from Max Newsstand. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the two winners.
Yay!
Delta House councillors Diana Tingmiak
Tingmiak,
and
this
Jim
is
Third
Third,
gave
and we
interesting
both
talks
work at Delta
at
House.
Samuel Hearn Secondary
Each one
School
of us are here to talk on our personal
on how their
experience
lives
with
were
alcohol
affected
and
by
drugs.
alcohol and
So
drugs.
Jim will go first, and I'll follow.
I'll keep this fairly short. We didn't realize it was in the class waiting for us. But my drinking career started about your age. This is what? Grade 9? That's what? 15, 16? Yeah. I started when I was 14, when I started drinking. The reasons for my drinking were I was very shy, very withdrawn. I had a tough time relating to other people, relating to girls. I found it very easy in life, or very early in life, and very easy to be able to have a drink. And I didn't mind going to those dances, fooling around with those girls. I think these guys along here know what I'm talking about. But as time went on, everything became easy, as long as I had that drink. I could sit there and talk for hours to an adult. And for me, that was pretty hard, because I didn't like adults. Adults always looked down on me. And teachers, too. But that continued right up until I was about 21, 19, 21, when I got married. And by then, I was really an alcoholic. My wife married a true blue alcoholic. By then, my whole life revolved around booze. I had to have it. Every dime I made, I spent on booze. I have a son that's 18 now, and he still doesn't think too highly of me, because he went without for a long, long time. But I'm very, very grateful that I'm sober today. I've been sober 6 years. I really and truly hope that you never, ever have to go through what I went through. It may sound like a joke now, you know, going out and having, and you can go out and have a few drinks. There's no problem in that at all. No problem whatsoever. It's when you start to change, like I did. I went from a meek little boy to a mean little boy. I became very violent, very, very abusive, very outspoken. My problem was, early in life, was I had a tough time communicating with people, expressing myself, talking to other people. And again, I really hope, truly hope that you don't go through what I did. I've kept that little short, and I apologize for that. Diana? 22.
Okay, hi, my name is Diana. I'm here to talk about drug addiction. When I was a lot around the same age group as you guys, I had a lot of problems, you know, talking with peers and being around people. I was very shy and didn't know how to talk to other people, and especially, people my own age group. So I started withdrawing from myself, and I stood at the back of the classroom and hoped that no teacher would ever ask me a question. I would die if they did. I just sort of stand up and, oh gee, feel so awful because I felt really stupid. And especially if they called me, I felt even stupider because most of the time I was so nervous I couldn't even give them the answer. My legs would shake and everything else. So what happened was I found an easy way to learn to get along with people, and that was by using drugs. And what I did was I started using wacky tobacco. And that sort of made me feel good because then I could relate to people. I even found a job that I could do. I worked as a cashier and was stoned all the time. I don't remember half my days at work, but I made it through. And I was around people. Like, you know how many people can walk into a 7-Eleven store? Lots throughout the day, so it got me coping. Then what happened was I didn't get enough from the wacky tobacco anymore, so I started using hard drugs. Acid, coke, some other things too. And what ended up happening was I became addicted. So what they did was they put you in hospital for addiction. And I went into a hospital and they said, okay, you have two ways of getting off it. Either cold turkey or the slow way, which is giving you other drugs to bring you down. So I said, well, let's go cold turkey. For a week I almost died. My guts were turned inside out and I'd be sweating buckets. I'd be seeing and hearing things, and God, I felt like I was going out of my mind. But still, after I quit the drugs, no one still talked to me about relating to people, about how to live in that outside world that I thought was so terrible. And I still had a lot of problems. I didn't know how to talk to anybody. And then no one explained to me that, hey, you have a choice. And if you like yourself as a person, other people will like you too. And that you don't have to follow what everybody else is doing. It's not the in thing to be drunk all the time and not know what you're doing. Some of the things, just really shortly here before we get into questions and answers, is some of the danger signs that could be leading to a problem, especially among young people, is one is planning your drinks. Like, planning to get blasted every weekend, or planning on, 2 weeks from now is so-and-so's birthday, so let's have a big party, like party planning up. The second thing is that every time you drink, you've got to get drunk. Everybody else is having 1 or 2 drinks, but you got to get blasted every time that you drink. That could be another problem. Another one is having blackouts, not remembering what happened over the night. Or when it starts interfering with your school or your personal life, you start getting into fights with people for no reason, things like that. So those are some of the danger signs, and if those are happening, then maybe it's time that you take inventory of yourself and see what your drinking is all about. And that's sort of the things that we're here to stress, is that take a look at yourself, and if you are using alcohol or drugs, question yourself, why am I doing it? What am I getting out of it? And can I stop, or do I need to take them at all? Like, I can have just as much fun at a party or a dance sober as I can drunk. At least I remember everybody I've seen, and I know that I haven't, put anybody down or started a fight with anybody sober. So those are some of the things. But we'll open up to a quick question and answer period. Don't be afraid to ask any questions and anything you want to know about alcohol or drugs.
For a person who smokes drugs or takes any kind of substance of it, how long will it take them to get addicted?
They say the average for an adult is 15 years, depending on how much they take, but for a young person it's 15 months.
Big difference.
Quite a drop.
Does a drug really affect you once you get hooked onto it?
Do you want to know how?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens is that, like at first you have control over how much dope you're using, and then when the drug or the alcohol controls you, you no longer have control. So that, like if you could go days without it, but you be in such problems like physically and mentally that you can't cope with it. That's why they put a lot of people in hospital to get off alcohol or drugs. If it starts running your life, you no longer run it.
Your whole system demands drugs or booze. And you have no control over that.
Which was harder to get off, drugs or alcohol?
Well, I would say alcohol, mainly because alcohol is so accepted. Like a lot of people think that it's, that there's no problem with it. It's not illegal like drugs is. It's a lot easier to come by too, cheaper.
We live in a society where it's nothing for a group of people to get together for drinks at 5 o'clock, eh? And we treat that whole idea we're very nonchalant about the whole idea. We used to at one time hide the fact that there are a lot of practicing alcoholics in this north, or this country. We're changing that whole attitude now. We're looking at what alcohol and drug abuse has done to the family, too. The people we hurt, the children, parents, wives, aunts and uncles. Every time I got drunk, I hurt at least 5 people, whether it be my family, my employer, a friend, schoolmate, whatever. I always hurt somebody. And I think that was the toughest part about looking at Jim or dealing with Jim, was to have to look back at all the people that I hurt. And that's pretty hard to do, to finally realize that I had to change. I didn't change because of those people. I changed because I needed to change. I had to be different. I had to do something for Jim for a change.
The talks were to encourage the students that the abuse of alcohol and drugs is harmful to their lives.
To get back to get off booze and try and lead a reasonable life.
Later that evening, everyone was welcome to Ingemo Hall for an old-time dance and feast. In between the feast and dancing, they enjoyed some good country singing. The dance was well attended, and it lasted into the wee hours of the morning.
It seems that you've changed in these past few days. For when I try to kiss you, you just push me away. Now I don't know what's wrong, but I don't see how we can go on. I think your love for me is dying, and it's all over but the crying. I called you on the phone just to find out what went wrong, and the things you said made my suspicions real. You said tonight again you had to stay with just a friend, but that story I'm not buying, and it's all over but the crying. It's all over but the crying.
There's something on my face, and all I see is in my face.
The youth group of Inuvik entertained us with a short skit.
How come you look so ugly? Like you. What? Ah, shut up. Please. You got us in trouble. Shut up.
No, go home.
Hello? Yeah, there's two junkers here and fighting and they want to get out here. Let's come on. Okay. There's one right there. Drinking. Wonder if you could solve it. Hey, you guys could join our AA meeting. Okay, when does it start? You can come tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We'll have a room ready for you.
Yeah.
When do we move in?
Night.
Okay, we'll get our luggage.